Could you imagine if the NFL did the Super Bowl and then literally the very next Monday, there was a Monday Night Football game? Could you imagine that? Could you imagine if your favorite TV series had their season finale and then the next night there was a 3-hour-long commercial-filled, replay-filled episode of the next episode of the show? Like this is the WWE world we live in. This is the World Wrestling Entertainment cycle that it's been going on for years and years, but really, this past couple of weeks, my God. I mean, so WrestleMania 37, we have this big, grand, amazing event put on by WWE of 25,000 people packing Raymond James Stadium both nights to see a pretty damn good, just, 2-night event all around. You have your season finale just of the wrestling, Perkle year from WrestleMania 36 to WrestleMania 37. This is the grand finale. This is the conclusion to all the storylines. We have the main event of WrestleMania featuring Roman Reigns, our face of the company, Universal Champion, at the head of the table, defending his title against the Royal Rumble winner Edge and Daniel Bryan, some guy who weaseled his way in there. You've got this big grand match, this big spectacle. Reigns retains. The show goes down. And then what? What next? And that's really, that's the kind of thing I've been thinking for the past, literally, 2 weeks now? Ever since WrestleMania, for pretty much 2 weeks, 12, 13 days, like that kind of time. Like, that's what I've been thinking, because wrestling, Planet Productions made a pretty good video about this. I want to give my own stance on it, because, I have some very similar opinions, but I have a lot of different opinions as well. So, generally speaking, when you go from a season finale, as I talked about in the open to this video, when you go from a season finale, usually there's time to breathe after that. There's time to let fans and consumers of that product digest what's happened in the season finale and then build up hype and build up investment for the next season, the next series, the season premiere, so on and so forth, yeah? Usually that's what happens. But WWE, as I explained, you go from WrestleMania 37, Night 1 and Night 2, big grand event, Raymond James Stadium, and then the very next night, you have a 3-hour-long weekly episodic episode of Monday Night Raw, where the show closes with T-Bag and Mace, aka Dominic Dijakovic and Dio Madden, attacking Drew McIntyre after a triple threat match. And the show's preempted by 5 segments of Nia Jax slipping over, Matt Riddle fighting Lashley for no reason. You've got The Miz nude, essentially, like that's Raw. And then SmackDown, that following Friday, was literally Roman Reigns doing another 15-minute promo and literally a bunch of nothing. Edge wasn't on the show, Bryan wasn't on the show, Big E wasn't on the show, Bianca Belair just had a little segment where she was being celebrated, and we got some rematches. And I'm sitting there watching this thinking, this company needs an off-season now more than ever. Straight up, WWE, one of the main reasons I in the past couple, week or two, have began covering AEW again, doing an AEW review, ratings talk, I miss old AEW, just general AEW videos, is because AEW is on the build to their big show. They're on the build to Blood and Guts. They're on the build to Double or Nothing. They're biggest pay-per-view of the year, supposedly. So AEW in that regard feels like there's a goal there. It feels like AEW right now, whether you love, hate AEW, I quite frankly don't give a damn. The fact of the matter is, they're building up to something that has purpose. What is WWE building towards right now? WrestleMania Backlash? Really? First off, why isn't it just Backlash? I don't need to make a whole video about this. It's not worth a video. But really, WrestleMania Backlash, just to try and really get as much juice out of that WrestleMania name as you can. Okay, whatever. So WrestleMania Backlash, where what are you building towards? Roman Reigns versus Cesaro versus Seth Rollins, maybe? What are you building? You're building towards McIntyre and Lashley again? What are you going to do? Owens versus Zayn, part 55? What, are you going to do Charlotte Flair versus Asuka versus Rhea Ripley? What, Damian Priest versus The Miz? What is this, dude? Seriously, you go from this big WrestleMania extravaganza with fans, And then we're getting 3-hour Raws, 2-hour SmackDowns, we're getting 2-hour-long NXTs every Tuesday, and, like, this is the payoff. WrestleMania Backlash. Like, SummerSlam is legit in 4 months. Like, that's the next, like, you know, real thing that they can build up to that's really going to make fans invested just because of the brand of SummerSlam. Because no one's inherently going, oh yes, WrestleMania Backlash, get the popcorn, get the whipped cream, but forget what I'm doing. If I'm currently out of the party right now, stuff that, stuff interacting, stuff socially mingling, stuff improving myself. Let's rush home, let's get the popcorn, the beer, the ice cream. Let's go and sit down and watch Monday Night Raw. Let's watch 3 hours of Mandy Rose versus Shayna Baszler. Let's watch 3 hours of Adnan Virk, or whatever his name is, getting thrown in the deep end and getting embarrassed on social media because people are calling him out for his commentary. Let's do that. Like who's doing that crap, dude? So, that's Raw. Literally, just across the board, I just wanted to make one of these type of videos because for the past week and a bit, I struggle to recall a time, if ever, when I've had this channel that I felt so disinterested in making content. It's a bizarre feeling because I predominantly make WWE content on this channel. You guys know that. I don't, like, you know, pride this channel on making all elite wrestling content. Now, as much as people who don't know my channel assume I do because my channel name's The Elitist and therefore The Elitist must love all elite wrestling, you guys know, you guys who watch me and are watching this right now know that's not the case. So, legit, I've been sitting around here, talking to Bonafide Heat, doing elite heat stuff, thinking of content to make, talking to, Radar, BFB, best friend Brian, just generally thinking about stuff just to do with wrestling. Thinking about what I can cover that people even give a damn about. Because, personally myself, I just don't care. Like WWE-wise, nothing's happening. You can tell WWE have gone, okay, WrestleMania is WrestleMania, it'll sell itself, you guys will care about that. Now we're just going to put out nothing show after nothing show. Have fun with that. All you people who want to review WWE shows, have fun with it. Have at it. The most notable thing on Raw is going to be Charlotte Flair kicking a referee in the ribs and Dio Madden and Dominic Dijakovic taking their Retribution masks off. That's going to be the most notable stuff on a 3-hour Raw. And the most notable thing on SmackDown is going to be Seth Rollins punching Cesaro and causing a DQ. Oh, wow. Cesaro versus Jey Uso every week for 5 weeks. Wow. Like this is the WWE product we're dealing with. This is the WWE product. And quite frankly, like, I did 50 reasons why Raw is unwatchable. Outside of Roman Reigns, objectively, right now, WWE is unwatchable. That is as fair and objective as I can put it. If you want to tune into Raw, tune into SmackDown, tune into NXT to watch something, whatever floats your boat on either of those 3 brands, hats off to you. I'm genuinely happy there's something on those brands outside of Roman Reigns for you. But to me, I'm watching these 3 different wrestling shows produced by WWE, sports entertainment shows produced by WWE, and I'm thinking to myself, you can just tell the drive and desire to put on truly compelling television isn't there. Like, I mean, was it there before WrestleMania? Hell no. One of the worst WrestleMania builds, if not the worst WrestleMania build ever. But at least there was that end game, light at the end of the tunnel, golden carrot in front of us fans of, oh, WrestleMania's right there, WrestleMania's right there. The biggest show of the year, oh my god, I can't wait. But now? Do you think WrestleMania Backlash, featuring a bunch of matches and feuds we've been seeing since literally February and March, continuing for another month or two, do you think WrestleMania Backlash is going to really entice fans to actively keep watching and actively stay invested in the product? You really think that? And no. Like, the general consensus feeling across the community, it's one of just, it's just fatigue. It's a burnout. Planet Productions talked about this. He explained, like, a potential off-season idea. He went over how wrestling fans feel fatigued after Mania, all that kind of stuff. You guys have probably seen his video. Most of you guys watch my stuff, watch his stuff, all that kind of good stuff. But just personally speaking, I want to make that abundantly clear. Right now, I dare say half of the content on this channel now going forward is going to be all elite wrestling related. And the reason for that isn't because, the Elitist has had a mood swing and now loves AEW. Well, no, it's just AEW is actually having something they're building towards that means something. Double or Nothing and Blood and Guts, and everything to do with that means more than WrestleMania Backlash. WrestleMania Backlash is literally Fastlane 3.0. That's what WrestleMania Backlash is. It's Fastlane rematches on rematches on rematches. That's what we're going to see. So, if Fastlane 3.0 makes you desperate to watch a 3-hour-long episode of Raw, fair play to you, I'm happy for you. But at the end of the day, I myself, a lot of the community, just in a place of, I mean, I wouldn't say burnout. I mean, burnout's in the thumbnail of this video just to get clicks, but really, I'd say the best word for it is just general fatigue, just kind of exhaustion of WWE, because WWE clearly putting no effort in, so why should us as consumers really put that same stock back into them, you know? So WWE right now, they're in a slump. They're going to be like that for a couple of months, which it makes content creation from my standpoint and the standpoint of others, Bonafide Heat, etc., not the funnest. You know, like, trying to think of video topics you guys realistically would want to see out of the current WWE product right now. My God. Like, do you want me to make videos about Cesaro? Like, really? Like that's scraping the bottom of the barrel, bro. Like, I swear to God. But no, nonetheless, that's been the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I had to address this stuff because right now, WWE, the state of the product is just dire, dude. Roman Reigns, even Reigns, they're doing the same thing with Reigns every week. You know, head of the table promo, entrance, Cesaro comes out, Cesaro Jey Uso main event. It's going to be like that for the next 2 months, so get used to it. Yeah, so I'll be doing AEW ratings videos every week, AEW reviews probably, potentially, and then just general topical news videos about wrestling. So that's been the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, like, comment, sub, that's all that kind of stuff. You guys know the drill. See ya.